A few years ago, I went to New York for a film screening. When I arrived at the hotel, the receptionist asked me if I was going to do anything. I said, I'm going to go see Hamilton. You know, I've always wanted to see a Broadway play in New York, so I'm going to go see Hamilton. And she looked at me like I was crazy and she said, "Really? Wow, that's fantastic." I didn't know at the time that it was virtually impossible to get a ticket to Hamilton. But I had made up my mind to see Hamilton. So I did a lot of other things. I went to Central Park. I went to the film screening. I was shopping on Fifth Avenue. I was constantly watching my watch because I was thinking, okay, the Hamilton is going to be starting soon, so you have to make your way back over to Times Square so that you can see Hamilton on Broadway. So I arrived. There was a line of people there. So I just stood in line. I had no ticket, no money. Well, I did have money. I had money, but I didn't. One thing I forgot to say is that I had said I wanted to see Hamilton for free. I didn't say that I wanted to see it on Broadway. I assumed it was going to be on Broadway. But what I said is that I wanted to see Hamilton for free. So while I was standing in that line, a woman came up to me. Well, she came up to everybody in the line. She says, "I have these two tickets for sale." And they were like $200 a piece. And I had the money in my purse. And so I didn't say anything because I was thinking I said I was going to see Hamilton for free. And so then she noticed me she noticed that I was alone, in New York, because I was the only one standing in line. And she said, "Well, you don't have to buy both of them. You can just buy one." But I still didn't say anything because I had made up my mind that I was going to see Hamilton for free. So the time was getting closer. I saw people who were late, who were running late. They were running into the theater, and still nothing happened. Eventually, they closed the door. And the security guy was looking at me like, "I hope you don't think you're coming in here, because you're not." But I was still kind of just dumbfounded in terms of thinking, what's going on here? I said I was going to go see Hamilton and nothing is happening. I'm just sitting there. Eventually, I was just sitting out there by myself. I saw some tourists come. They were taking pictures in front of the Hamilton sign, and I'm just sitting there. So finally, it dawns on me that this is not going to happen. The doors are closed. I'm sitting out here by myself. So I walked to Times Square. I sat there just disbelievingly, like I was supposed to see Hamilton for free. Finally, I went back to my hotel room. I called my daughter. I said, "Look, I don't understand what's going on here. I was supposed to see Hamilton for free." And she said, "Mom, what the heck? Why do you think somebody's going to give you free tickets to see Hamilton in New York?" I said, "I don't know, but I just made that decision. I just assumed that I was going to see Hamilton for free." Maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years later, my daughter said she was talking to her mother-in-law, and because Hamilton was in Minneapolis. And her mother-in-law said that they were having a lottery. So she told me about the information. So I just submitted on a lark. And then I won. I won tickets to see Hamilton. And I did have to pay $10 per ticket, but that's nothing, And We got second row seats. So I did end up seeing Hamilton essentially for free. I did have to pay $20 to see Hamilton, but what's $20 when you're there to see Hamilton in the second row?